Welcome back, guys. It's been a while for me. I haven't made an episode in some time. I've been on vacation, but I'm back now. Let's open a quest log as we usually do. So we are back on the main quests, and the one that we are doing. It's been a while since we got it, but we have to. The quest before that was the one with counterfeiters, and this is continuing that. We have to figure out where some bandits are. They're recruiting in Sassau, and we have to find their encampment. And to do that, we have to talk to a whole bunch of people and figure out where they are. So let's start doing that.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see you.
I've got a few questions for you, Bailiff, if you don't mind. Have you been having some trouble around here?
And what business is it of yours? Did someone complain? Who sent you here?
No one complained, though I'd be interested to know why you think they might. It was Lord Radzig who sent me. He'd heard word that some unsavoury characters are holed up round here.
Begging your pardon, but what the devil does Sir Radzig care about it? And I keep hearing the same from Sir Sebastian. And he's got no dog in this fight either.
Sir Sebastian? Who's that?
Sebastian Baron von Berg. He's here under monastery law to protect us against all this unrest in the land.
Why should he care about the city? That's not his jurisdiction, is it?
Quite true. I'm in charge of this city, but he keeps telling me I've got cutthroats hiding around here, and I should be more vigilant. The goal of the man.
You have an inn and the horse trails cross here. There must be many travellers come seeking work, and not all of them honest men.
Aye, it's true. Bedlam has broken out once or twice, and restoring order was no easy matter.
Has there been anything like that lately?
No, it's been quiet here lately. Now that I think about it, I don't recall coming across anyone here like that.
Nobody looking for soldiering work, maybe as a merchant's guard?
There's always one or two like that. But if they don't get the job, they move on.
I heard some recruiters are meeting in Sassau. Seemed likely they get up to mischief and people might complain.
Do you think that people here complain and I don't do my job? Nothing of the sort. Old Lederman's the only one that comes complaining, but I pay no heed to him.
And what does this Lederman complain about?
Lederman is our local tanner. Lives by the quarry, which is where, well, some youngsters go there to wrestle.
They go there to fight and that doesn't bother you?
Why would it bother me? Much better to brawl there than in the tavern. At least in the quarry they can't damage anything but each other. And my catchpoles go by there from time to keep an eye on things.
Have you heard any talk of strangers in the town? Maybe people acting oddly?
Nothing worth mentioning. Sure, there's been some talk about the miller. Folks saying they've been seeing him doing this or that, or people visiting him at night, but he's never done anything. He's a decent enough man, for a miller.
I'll try asking him if he's heard anything.
He lives on the other side of the river, by the bogs. But don't go getting your hopes up. He might not be able to help.
You have an inn and the horse trails cross here.
Aye, it's true.
Has there been anything like that lately?
No, it's been quiet here lately. I don't recall coming.
Thank you, Bailiff.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
God be with you, Henry. I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
And what's your idea of suspicious?
Have you heard of anyone looking to hire some rough men?
Mercenaries, you mean?
Yes.
There were some fellows conspiring here in the corner twice a week, and others coming and going. They didn't look entirely respectable, but they never made any trouble.
Here, enjoy that.
And what happened to them?
I don't know, they just stopped coming. And I haven't seen hide nor hair of them since.
You haven't heard anything about where they went?
How could I have? They just stopped coming, and that's that.
Where do you think they might be meeting now?
How should I know? I'm an honest innkeeper, not a man at arms. They could be meeting at another inn. They could be meeting in the woods by the light of the moon, for all I know.
Is there any way I'll recognize them?
Unquenchable thirst. They drank like fish. They were rough-looking too, big-bearded and scruffy. Aside from that, they mostly kept to themselves.
That's not much help. What did they do while they were waiting for someone?
They drank. And they played dice. I do remember there were always dice on the table.
So they were fond of dice, were they? And where would you find a game around here?
Anywhere there's dice and usually drink. That's all you need for a game. Although it dawns on me now, I never saw Simon with those men, oddly enough. He's got a nose for drunken dice players with a coin to lose.
Simon who?
Why, the young miller. He runs Catzick Mill. Neighbours are always slandering him for trafficking, but who knows? Maybe he just has a knack for business.
You don't know where I might find some, more dishonourable folk?
And why would you want them? You'll set tongues wagging about you.
But they'd be the ones to know what reputable townsfolk don't.
I grant you that. Well, we don't have an executioner, just a knacker. But he's an odd fellow. Like any knacker, I suppose. And there's some strange tales about Miller Simon, too. But I'd say it's just jealousy.
Hey!
What can you tell me about the knacker?
Here you are. And
Decent
good
folk
health.
don't talk about him. He deals in carcasses.
I was hoping you'd tell me a bit more than that.
Why should I care about him? He lives in a house by the church, and that's all I know. And all I'll say.
What can you tell me about Simon?
There's not much to tell. He runs Catzick Mill, and some say thieves meet there at night. But isn't there gossip about every miller? I don't think he's a sinner. But only God knows for sure.
Anything else?
You might not find him at the mill. He's a busy man, always out and about making some deal or other. And he likes to throw dice, especially when he sees a fat purse hanging on a drunken belly.
Thank you for the help.
Not at all. But why off so soon? Sit down for a tankard or a bite to eat.
Good luck then.
Oh, we got the point for speech. And remember if we got that up to... Oh yeah, we can get something interesting. Every fourth level, yeah. This is kinda good, but since we have all the money that we want, this is better, I think. It's one or the other. Yeah, I'm going to get this one. Then we'll get Silver Tongue maybe, but after doing From the Ashes DLC, we won't need money for anything. Guess we get a whole bunch of money either way. It's kinda interesting stat. let's get it just for fun. I mean, most of the agility stats are for light weapons that we are not using, or we have to not use plate armor, so I think we just have to unequip body plate, and then we'll dodge strikes easier in combat. I'm not sure if the trade-off is worth it. Nah, I'm not going to waste the stat on that now. Maybe if I go and play the dice. So just those two. We should increase our reading skills to get this. Maybe later on. Let's continue.
Yeah.
Where exactly am I going? Let's see. Yeah, why not? Then we'll ask... Okay, we can go to Tanner. So this one... Oh, that's for Miller. We actually haven't gone to that Miller yet. And yeah... I think we helped Thomas, so he might tell us something interesting. But let's talk to Knacker since he's closer.
Hey!
I'm honored that you should come to me.
Are you the local knacker?
I'm the local gravedigger. But if there aren't any burials to take care of, I'll turn me hand to knackering.
Well, then you might know a lot of things that others don't.
I'm a decent man. Not always honest, but decent.
Anything fishy going on in these parts?
There certainly is. Candles are being stolen from the church. As brazen as that. What sort of people do that?
Ah, but have you heard of anyone around here hiring adventurers and bandits?
How would I know that? Most people avoid talking to me. I don't even go to the tavern much these days.
Thank you. I'll be going now.
Very well. Feel free to stop by any time. People shy away from me, except when there's a death or the cesspit's full. God be with you.
I was sure that would work. But let's use the door. Like normal people.
Hey!
Yeah.
What's that?
God be with you.
Tanner, I've heard all's not well with you.
It's better now. I must have eaten something bad.
No, I mean you've complained about some ruffians raising hell behind your house.
Aye, true enough. That lot's been a thorn in my side. And when I went to tell them to take it elsewhere, they nearly beat me to a pulp.
When are they there?
Nearly every evening. Every god-forsaken evening. Shouting and bellowing there till nightfall. And then they leave. Probably to get drunk.
How many of them are there?
How would I know? They make as much noise as a herd of wild boar in rutting season.
And did they all attack you?
Aye. They knocked the stuffing right out of me.
As you can see, we can see Tanner's what is it called? Not strength. Well, we see his stats and we see our stats, and we have 19, he has 10. That's because we got that talent for speech. So we could use this easily.
And nobody does a thing about it?
I've been to the bailiff, but he couldn't give a rat's arse. There's no commotion under his window, so what does he care?
That's quite a bailiff you've got.
A scarecrow would keep better order.
If you want, I'll take care of them.
Well, you look like you could move mountains, but there are several of them and just one of you.
Perhaps we'll be able to settle things peacefully.
Maybe. They might think twice before kicking your arse.
Perhaps I can reason with them. It doesn't have to come to blows.
Well, break a leg, lad. Or better yet, don't.
May the Lord watch
But
over you,
if
Henry.
you manage to pull it off, you'll get your reward. Don't worry. God be with you.
God be with you, Henry. God save you, good knight. What can I do for you?
I heard that someone's looking for men willing to do anything. Do you know anything about that?
Willing to do anything? Meaning what? Something filthy like helping the knacker? I wouldn't know. Go and ask someone else.
That's not what I meant, but all right. What happened with the tanner?
Nothing out of the ordinary. He came to test his mettle like everyone, but he couldn't even get past young Weed. Then he started whining about getting his money back because we tricked him, so we threw him out. He came back a few times after that complaining about all the shouting, ordered us to bugger off elsewhere.
But you didn't.
No. And when he got really annoying, he got a punch in the mouth, and he hasn't been back since. Doesn't dare to. But it didn't shut that big mouth of his. Good luck, then.
Dropped on him and then sat on him.
Hey, it was before that. He's talking about that scrapper from Ratty.
I didn't sit on anyone. How many fucking times do I have to tell you?
You landed on his face with your ass so hard the ground shook.
You're an ass. You'd better hope I don't shake you.
All I'm saying is that's the way it looked. You fell on him and then sat on his face.
You too, you bastard. I've already told you what really happened.
So we all saw it wrong? What really happened then?
I knocked him down, and he pulled me down on top of him. I slammed him with my hip, not my ass.
I just don't know. Looked to me like you had his nose right between your nether cheeks.
You little piece of shit. You want to have a go?
Boys, don't fight.
Okay, so those are probably the guys that are doing the fighting, and this guy sounds a lot like Fritz. I think maybe we need to talk to this guy. Let's see.
I'm looking for work, and I've heard someone around here wants fearless men. Do you know anything about it?
I've heard they might be looking for a new knacker. So if you're not afraid of carcasses and the occasional pile of shite.
Thanks, but no thanks. Word has it someone's hiring mercenaries and other fighters.
Ah, well, you've heard more than I.
What are you doing here?
Nothing special. Just a little evening wrestling. It's good for your back and digestion. And your purse too, if you know your business.
If I wanted to join in, what would I have to do?
It's pretty simple. First you have to beat Weed. He's that not too dangerous looking fella there. But some nights, he gets a good rest and he's got God on his side. Then you can try one of those three. Doesn't matter which. And if you whip all three, you can test your mettle against me. Fair enough?
So the last match is with you?
That's right. They say a bout with me is no joke. Just bad humours.
I want to get better at fist fighting.
Certainly.
I'd like to hone my skills.
First you have to have some skills to hone.
Well,
I want to fight you.
What did I tell you?
Thought as much, so we could do the fighting first, then do this. Let's actually ask about this, then we'll do the fighting.
The tanner sent me. He says you've been causing a commotion at night, and I thought I might convince you to stop.
Ha! So all his whining finally found a friendly ear, did it? Let me tell you something first, whelp. I'm the bailiff's man, and we're not doing anything wrong here. Old Lederman's only been whining like that since he lost a bit of silver. Didn't bother him before that.
He told me different.
Ha! Of course he did. Otherwise no one would help him. Go ahead and ask the lads. They'll tell you the same. It's God's honest truth.
I'll take you at your word. But what should I do now?
The way I see it, you've got two choices. Screw that old liar and leave him be, or get down to business.
What do you mean, get down to business?
Well, you may think you're pretty tough, and if you give us all a thrashing, we might think it over. But then again, we're no strangers to a hard fight.
If I break your arm, then you won't be coming here for a while, will you?
But I'm a fair fellow, so I'll make you an offer. If you enter our tournament and win, which means beating us all, then we'll go elsewhere. If you don't win, then you're flat out of luck and have to leave. That's not so bad, is it? See you later.
Maybe I should have used the speech. I don't know. Let's see.
Good luck then.
He said to fight this guy, I think.
God save you. What can I do for you?
I heard that someone was looking for men willing to do anything. Do you know anything about that?
No, but I'm always the last to hear of anything like that. I'll ask Punch. He'd know.
I heard you gave him quite a beating.
It's his own damn fault.
Really? He just came to tell you to go elsewhere.
That's what he told you? Bollocks! He came of his own accord. It was him started the fuss, after he'd lost all his money.
He really tried to have a go. I wouldn't think he'd have it in him.
He tried, but he didn't have much luck. He does pack a punch. But landing it in the right place, ha! I'm not surprised he's got no children.
Let's do it.
Let's go. God be with you.
God's blessings. What can I do for you?
I heard someone was looking for men willing to do anything. Do you know anything about it?
Maybe. I work in the quarry, and they're always looking for extra hands to replace them that's got something broken.
That's not what I meant, but thanks. Why did you thrash the tanner?
Because he came by one day, lost his money, and then started on about how we cheated him and ought to give him back his coin. He was a right pest.
He told me that you jumped him when he asked you to stop making a racket behind his house.
Well, that's sort of true. But he didn't start complaining until he lost his money. Before that, it didn't bother him.
Let's
G'day,
fight.
Henry.
You look pretty good. But I'm betting it was just luck.
We'll see.
Goodbye.
Right click for the win, just quick attacks, and this ends really fast. I think kinda not interesting, but it works.
Let's fight.
That God be with you.
Huh?
God's save. What can I do for you?
I've heard that someone's looking for men willing to do anything. Do you know anything about it?
If I knew you better, I might tell you. But as things stand,
What went on with the tanner?
when things got lively, I wasn't here. The others were, though. Go ask them.
Let's fight!
That wasn't bad. But let's see how you do with me. See you later.
I want to fight you.
You put on quite a show. Can't say I expected it.
See you later.
Well, this was way too easy. I think we'll have to wait for this guy to get up. So let's go here. Actually check our stats, though I don't think the time is passing while we are doing so. Let's see the strength. I think we have just a few talents left here. This is not... We won't do this that often. I don't know why I didn't get this earlier, but I'm going to get it now. And the other one was agility. I think I might wait and see. Might go with some lighter. Well, without body plate and maybe with some light swords. Try that out later on, but I'm not sure. I don't want to throw the talent on perfect throw, so maybe these two talents, but I'm not in a hurry to put them in. And I think we got an arm. Okay, so we do not get any perk points to put there, just the level. And that guy is not up yet, so... There was one? No? Okay, this guy told me that... talk to us if he knows us better, maybe now? Nope.
Let's fight!
Back again? My tooth's still loose from...
God be with you.
Classic stun locking. Just have to have enough stamina. And you do not lose too much stamina when you stun lock. I think the other guy is up, which is awesome.
What is it?
And we trained our unarmed combat a bit. So let's talk to him.
I want to get...
Certainly. I'd like to... First you have to...
Well,
That was pretty good. I didn't think you had it in you.
You were really good. I've got to hand it to you. Most lads don't make it past me. So listen, I want to tell you something.
What's that?
There are people here looking for really tough men, and I'd say you fit the bill. So when you walk through town this evening, if there's a light in the church, go in and wait a while. If they like the looks of you, they might give you some work.
Thanks. I'll think about it.
Goodbye.
Nice, we found out about Crims and yeah, we can still talk to the other guys, which we'll do. But before that, I want to talk to that Tanner and resolve this quest. I wonder where he is. He's probably in a house since it's late. I don't feel like waiting till next day, maybe. Let's use one Savior Schnapps and I will lockpick the door. What was I using? Let's see. Could use the sword and this bow.
Greetings, Henry. It came from over here.
I know we can be in this part of the house, but not in that one. We might get in trouble. But maybe we can pull him out of the... Okay, maybe. Come on. Nice.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
They told me a different tale. Said you went there to fight of your own free will and lost a good deal of silver. Is that the way of it?
I did go there at first, but they cheated. And when I caught them cheating, they beat me. And now I have to hear that racket every day.
If you want, I'll take care of them.
Well, you look like you could move mountains, but there are several of them.
Perhaps we'll be able to settle things peacefully.
Maybe.
Perhaps I can reason with...
Take care.
Okay, it's the same thing over, so we can either leave them be or we can tell them to go off. I think if we use the speech variant it would end it differently, but yeah.
Look here, lads. I hope I won't be seeing you around here again. Go and find some other place for your games.
All right. We'll go. But if you want to fight again, you're always welcome. I bet you'll come off worse next time. See you later.
Are you looking for someone? What do you want here? Go and go get somewhere else. What is it? What the hell are you... What part didn't you Are you serious? Be a bit... What is it? You deaf? God save you, good night. What can I do for you?
I've taken care of the lads who were bothering you. You'll have a quiet evening tonight.
God bless you, lad. And here's something for your trouble and kindness. Unlike that miserable bailiff.
If anything else grieves you, just say the word.
Goodbye. What is it?
I think if we used that speech option, there's a different path that this quest would have gone. I think they would wanted us to tell the tanner that we beat them and that they went away, and they will you will split the money, the reward money, with them, and they will go away just for a few days and then go back or something like that. That's from my first playthrough of the game, but this time we got different way the quest resolved itself, probably because I didn't use the speech.
Yeah.
Okay, let's speak to Thomas first. Then we'll, I guess, since we went into a fight, we can go wash ourselves, save the game, then we'll go to the church at night.
Yeah.
You saved me. You've no idea what you've done for me. God, thank you.
I didn't do that much.
You did more than anyone else here. I'm sorry, I've got no money to repay you, but I can tell you a secret. How workers like me keep up back-breaking labour day after day.
Aha, it's you.
Oh, by all the saints.
Aha, it's you.
How are you doing? Feeling better yet?
Aye, much better. I'm truly grateful. A bit longer and I'll be able to run back to the woods and carry on. Well, never mind. Very kind of you to look in on me.
Truth be told, I didn't come just for your health.
What do you need?
Well, I've heard tell there's work for fearless men who enjoy a bit of silver.
Ah, I believe I can help you with that. They used to frequent the tavern, but now they meet in the church.
The church?
Aye, that's right.
Save, Henry.
The church is locked at night.
Watch
but
where you're going.
If you see a light, the door will be open. Go in there and wait. Say a prayer or something, and then you'll see.
That's it? I don't need to speak to anyone?
Just doing what I told you is enough. They'll give you a good look over and see if you've got the metal. Don't you worry about that.
All right, thank you.
You took care of me, why wouldn't I help you? Tit for tat, eh?
You woke me over a thing like that. Couldn't it have waited?
Okay, vitality is always good, so let's actually put something in. Just to see. Okay, so we cannot do Marathon Man because we took Sprinter before. Yes. Well, either one is kinda good. This is pretty doable since we mostly save the game at Bedhouse and restore our nourishment there, so we won't overeat or get hungry anytime, so this bonus we'll have it pretty often, so I will go with that, and I will get thick blood maybe sometimes sometime in the future when I get the point. So every third level up, and then at level 20. So yep, we'll get definitely one more talent there.
Yeah.
And we already have the talent active, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm interested in your
Uh-huh.
I'd like a private bath for two.
I'm sure you'll be extremely satisfied. God be... oh. Oh. Oh.
Greetings, Henry.
Yeah.
The groschen I got from old Leatherman.
I hope he wasn't as tight as a drum. He always struck me that way.
Here's your cut.
Is that all? I had him figured out then, the old miser. I feel like going right back and making sure he doesn't sleep easy ever again.
If you want to, but wait till I'm not around.
Come on! You can't be afraid of him. He didn't even beat Weed. Good luck then.
We could have given him more. I was kind of wondering, but I think it's maybe not scripted as well. I mean the quest. Since we didn't have that option, we just told them to go off, and they did, and we got the reward, but we still have to split it with them. Let's not dig graves, let's do the quest. But we'll have to wait for the night.
be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in
Amen.
heaven. What?
So, you've been looking for us, eh? What is it you want?
I hear you're hiring men who don't mind getting their hands dirty.
Is that so? And where did you hear that?
Taverns and the like? People talk?
Oh, that's a pretty tale. But no one in any tavern told you to come here and wait, did they? So let's have it. Who told you?
The bailiff's man told me about you. The one who runs the fight club in the quarry.
Did he now? Well, I hope you trounced him. Bastard took my money at dice.
If you want, I can give him a proper hiding, just to show you I'm serious.
Spare me the boasting. I've got a test ready for you. Let's see how you handle it before you tell us how wonderful you are.
What test?
Nothing complicated. We used to take anyone who looked like they could keep their head on straight. But not now. Now you can only join if you do what we tell you.
Which is what? Steal something?
Nah, not theft. If you want to join us, you have to kill Pius.
Who's Pius, and why should I kill him?
That's none of your business. But I'll tell you anyway, because it's an instructive tale. Pius was one of us, but he fucked up.
How? Did he steal something?
Yeah, that was part of it. Stole some money, ran away. A few boys died over it. Showed a distinct lack of loyalty. And as soon as he's dead, you can join us.
I'll have to find him first.
You don't need to find him. We know where he is.
Then why haven't you killed him yourselves?
It's quite a test. He's hiding in a monastery.
With the stable boys? It's not hard to get into the grounds.
No, not there. Well, he would have been dead long since. He's in the, cloister, or whatever it is.
But only monks can get in there.
Just monks and Pius. He's an educated bastard. Seems he used to be a priest, but it didn't quite work out.
And how am I supposed to get into the cloister?
You'll think of something. Maybe there's a secret passage. I've heard there's some cave underneath. The cave of St. Procopius. There might be a way into it from outside.
And do you have any other ideas besides secret passages?
Well, there is this one fellow been hanging around the taverns. Supposed to join the monastery soon. Might be he could help you somehow. I'd try talking to him if I were you. And if he doesn't help, knock him on his ass and take anything he's got that you could use to pass yourself off as him. A letter of admittance to the monastery, or whatever.
Murder someone in a monastery? Have you gone mad?
Murder's a sin as it is. Doesn't really matter where you do it.
Yes, it does. I'd be spilling blood on hallowed ground.
Well then, knock him senseless, drag him outside, and finish him off where it's less sacred. I don't give a damn where you do it, just as long as he ends up dead.
And do you have any other test?
We're not hiring stable boys. We want men who are prepared to do anything. And this is the toughest task we've got.
So how many men have you already sent?
Just a handful.
And what happened to them? Did they hang?
Just the first one. The others turned tail. Guess they didn't have the stomach for it.
How will I recognize Pius?
He won't have been there long. He should be the only new one there.
But what if there are others? What does he look like?
Normal. He always went about well dressed and had a fine looking dagger.
Yes, except he'll be given a robe and they'll take his knife.
Then you'll have to try and figure out which one of the novices it is and get him to betray himself. Try getting him drunk. Then send him straight to hell.
Get him drunk? In a monastery?
We're better. There's more wine there than in the royal cellars. And I doubt he's suddenly stopped drinking.
Fine. So I've got to kill Pius. He's in the cloister, and to get into the cloister, I'll need to enlist the help of some boy who's joining the order, right?
More or less. And now the main thing.
The main thing is to kill him, isn't it?
Of course. But that's not all. All hell's gonna break loose in the monastery after the murder. So, either make sure nobody finds him, or hightail it out of there quick as soon as the job's done. But better if they don't find him right away.
And what else? Should I come back here afterwards?
No. Before you run for it, take his special dice and bring it as proof that you killed him. And if you can get him to tell you where he hid the coin, bring that as well.
Bring his dice and the money if I find it. And where should I bring it?
From the monastery, head east across the river. There'll be a swamp where you'll find a fire pit. Go there at night and light a fire. Make it nice and big and we'll show up. Take the dice and the money, and then tell you where to report. Got it?
Right, I'm to slip into the best guarded place in the entire region and kill someone. Take his dice and money, and then go to the swamp and wait by the fire.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Well, you can at least say a few Hail Marys for me. I'm gonna need all the help I can get.
And remember, we'll be keeping tabs. So don't you try to run off, alright? Good luck then.
Okay, so we have to find Pius in the monastery, but before we do that, I actually wanna try something out. What would happen if we actually refuse to do this? So, I'm going to make a save game here. I'm not sure if we got one, but I'm going to make a save game with Savior Schnapps, just to be sure. Let's try the last one, see what happens.
I wanted to join up with you, but that's too much. Even for me.
Well, lad, the trouble is there's plenty of us already. So now we're only looking for the toughest and wiliest bastards we can find. So, if you're not up to the job...
What?
I suppose I ought to kill you. Just for peace of mind, since you already know so much. Maybe I should toss a coin.
I won't tell a soul.
If you whisper a word of it to anyone, it'll be the last thing you ever do. Of course, there's another way you can get us off your back.
How?
Go to the monastery, slit Pius's throat, take his dice and money, and then come to the swamp and stay there overnight.
I see.
God be with you, lad. God be with you.
Well, that's kinda tiny bit disappointing. But I've known that would have happened. So we probably want this one. Actually doesn't matter though. We run through the whole speech with them in the first one, so that one should be better. Since we get more, increase more speech. So, let's wait till day, I guess. Then I'll go to Tavern and save the game there, and we'll speak to the... that guy that has a pass for the monastery. But that's something that we'll do in the next video, actually. I think I'm going to keep the videos around 1 hour now. I did them a bit longer before, but I don't think I have the time to make them really long. rather than split them a bit. Okay, so where is the horsey? Oh, he was there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any other markers? Oh, what's this? This could actually be better. Let's do that first before we start doing the quest. And we'll save the game. We have the bed in the yard there where Radzik is, so we'll save the game there, then we'll continue in the next one. Okay guys, this is all for this episode. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.